Hey guys, what's up? Sermo11 here. Weekday marathons is something that I've noticed on all three of the major cartoon slash live action teen comedy networks. I had to add in that last part because Disney and Nickelodeon are mostly live action now. Weekday marathons happen a lot these days and I don't really know why. Heck, sometimes these three networks will rush a show out in a month or two by airing it every day. But I'll get to that in a second. First, let me start off with the Weekday Marathon. A weekday marathon is basically airing a show's new episodes every day in the course of a week. I'm sure you've seen Steven Universe doing Steven Bombs, or new episodes of We Bare Bears for a whole week, or even Clarence having a weekday marathon. This is cool, in fact it's awesome, but cartoons take a while to produce. 9 months in fact, and that's just for one episode. That means that with a week of new episodes, 5 episodes will be taken from the season in total. And cartoons don't have super long seasons, so that's kind of taking a lot from the overall season. Steven Universe has done this a lot, and I think weekday marathons work better for plot-driven cartoons, and that's it. If there isn't a plot overall, a weekday marathon isn't needed, and it's almost a waste. I don't know how long these marathons have been going on, but the first one that comes to mind is the first Steven Bomb, which was the big plot with Garnet at the end of season 1 of Steven Universe. And if there were some Steven Bombs before that, I'm sorry, but I don't remember. But building off of that, some shows have done weekday marathons for almost an entire month, and that's crazy. It's crazy because it destroys the show's chance of airing once a week. Steven Universe has done this, and it's rushed out its 3rd season in the span of a month or two. And this really worked for the show since it's plot driven, but now fans are waiting for new episodes which have barely aired after that Steven Nuke or Steven Universe weekday marathon in the span of a month or two. Regular show has been announced to be ending in 2017, and it's done weekday marathons for a few weeks. It did slow down and go back to once a week, but it was really pumping episodes out for at least 3 or 4 weeks. Again, it works since the show is plot driven now, but regular show still has had similar plot lines in space, and only a few episodes start where others have ended. If you keep up with the show, you won't be confused either way, and if you watch it here and there, you won't really know what's going on. I've been talking about Cartoon Network a lot. Well, Disney has done a whole season within a few weeks too. If you've seen the Canadian show Backstage, which is basically a tame version of Degrassi, the second half of its first season was rushed out in weekday marathons. Again, it works, and I think Teen Nick has even done this with Degrassi in the past, but the show won't be returning for a long time since it's easier to air a show rather than to produce it. The plot is engaging enough for teens and kids, so it's nice to have an episode every day, but the show doesn't seem super popular, and I'll get into that later because it is a point in this discussion. Disney XD has also aired Yokai Watch, which is an anime that I really like, and I think the weekday marathons were great, and they could definitely do this with the show depending on how much they've dubbed so far, since Yokai Watch is getting pretty long. Yokai Watch is actually over 100 episodes at this point, and I think the dub is around 40 so far. But I imagine the anime has to tie in with the game releases in America, so they won't put out too much until Yokai Watch 3 comes out, which will probably be next year. And finally, my example for Nickelodeon is Make It Pop. Apparently Nick Cannon helped produce this, and it's a teen comedy show about girls in a band. It's inspired by K-pop. The show really isn't that good, but I caught it once and I tried to watch it. I gave up, but I watched most of season 2 and I watched the summer special, so I guess it's okay to say that I am a fan of the show at this point. It's pretty bad, but I still watch it for some reason, and the first and second seasons were rushed out in a weekday format, and that's just how this show airs. This show is never aired in a weekly format. It's always been a weekday format. And the way the show is aired, it's added to the schedule for a little bit, and then it disappears after it's done airing. It's really odd. I don't know why they decided to do this with the show. I think it kind of takes away from fans from the show, or the show even gaining fans because of how fast it airs. Personally, I think pushing out any show this fast makes it look bad. It makes it seem like the network doesn't care about the show and wants to get rid of it as soon as possible. But with Steven Universe, I think they they just like airing the show like that. I think they like doing that because it works better with the plot. But for these other shows, it seems like the networks want to get rid of them as they're not very popular. Regular shows ratings have gone down, if you haven't noticed. Backstage isn't really that big, and Make It Pop isn't really that big, and maybe that's why these shows air so fast. But what do you think about Weekday Marathons? Is it just a way of putting the show out so fans can watch more of it? Or is it just a way of getting rid of the show and moving on to other things? Tell me your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. The links are below. I'm Surma11. See you next time, and peace out.